The Holy Days. Today we shall speak of the holy days on this holy day, when you honor one of the great messengers sent to earth from the Angelic Assembly. Though this is not the exact date he was born, it is celebrated here. Here you may observe the observed birth dates of all the great messengers, for they have all come from the Angelic Assembly, you see. They have all been sent by God at a critical turning point in the evolution of humanity and in the growth, expansion, and change of human civilization. A plan so perfect, so great, so overarching that no mind in the world could conceive of it. For God speaks not only for this moment, but for the future as well. And God has spoken again now at a time of the greatest challenge and travail, as humanity faces a world of declining resources and growing population, a time of upheaval, a time of environmental disturbance and instability, a time unlike any time that has ever occurred in the history and memory of mankind. God has spoken again, and none in the world can say that God cannot speak again. No saint, no prophet, no messenger, even the Angelic Assembly cannot say what God will do next. God acts when God wills. This is beyond human comprehension and human understanding. The holy days represent a remembrance of your source, your origin, and your destiny, and, if practiced truly, a remembrance of the greater purpose, though you cannot yet define it, that has brought you into the world. What makes the days holy is the remembrance, turning your mind towards heaven and to what heaven has placed within you to follow, the deeper knowledge far beneath the surface of the mind. Any day this can be practiced and considered is a holy day, for you must build your bridge to God, as God has already built God's bridge to you. And every day you practice truly, earnestly, purposefully, giving yourself to your effort, giving yourself to the engagement, you are building this bridge. You're part of the bridge that must be built by you. God has done the great preparation now to all the tribes and peoples of earth to take the steps to knowledge, the deeper intelligence that God has placed within each person, waiting to be discovered, given in a language so simple, so clear, and yet with such great depth that you cannot exhaust it, given in language so simple and clear to be translated easily, with a minimum of distortion, with a minimum of confusion, given with repetition so that each phrase can be understood more clearly, more effectively, more purely. This is what you practice on the holy days, the days of remembrance, the days of confession, the days of submission, the days of reverence for your life and for the lives of others. This is a day of compassion, a day where you do not judge and condemn others or yourself, a day to practice great forbearance in this regard, a day to suspend your beliefs, your convictions, your attitudes, so that you may listen and feel and hear beyond the normal obsessions and preoccupations of your mind. Here you do not give over your life to God, for God needs your intelligence, God needs your worldly experience, God needs your skills here on earth to carry out the greater plan. You must be the captain of your ship, but only God knows where it is going and what its true cargo is and the meaning of the journey itself. Here you cannot relinquish your mind completely, for your mind must have a greater counsel to guide it, a greater relationship to unite it, a greater love to heal it, a greater purpose to give it direction. You must hear these words we speak of, or holiness will be an idea only, a thought, a belief. You will worship people, places, and things instead of your source. Even the grandeur of religious ceremonies will captivate you, but it is not yet the holy engagement we speak of here today. This is mysterious. You cannot understand it, but you must learn to participate in what you cannot understand, or your mind will remain small and governed by the world and the forces of the world, the persuasions of the world, the anguish and anger of the world, the oppression and the corruption of the world. This is what Jesus had to do. This is what Muhammad had to do. This is what the Buddha had to do, to allow their understanding to be eclipsed, not by a greater belief, but by a greater direction, to be guided beyond their understanding in service to the world they could not even see or understand, in service to the future, which was far beyond their present experience at that time. To be a true follower of one of the great messengers, you must prepare yourself for your own personal revelation, which is what we speak of here today. It is not a grandiose thing, but it will be the most important experience of your life, and it will provide for you everything you seek on the outside but cannot find. You were made for a great purpose. Though its expression will be simple and humble in the world, it is a greater purpose because of its source, because of what it serves, which is beyond human understanding, because it serves not only everyone around you that you know of, but the whole world as part of God's greater plan. This is the blessing we bring you today, an invitation, an encouragement, with respect, valuing your life as we do. We are giving you now the clear path through the maze and the jungle of human understanding and confusion. We are offering you a way out of a hopeless situation into a greater life, greater not only in terms of circumstances, but in terms of your experience. Your ability to appreciate every little wondrous thing, your ability to be happy in the moment, your ability to see people with compassion instead of condemnation, your ability to see your life as an ongoing opportunity to entrain yourself to your source and to prepare yourself for the greater mission and purpose for which you have come and which represent the only real meaning of your being here. Let these holy days be a remembrance then, an opportunity to see beyond your current perspective, an opportunity to open yourself to grace without petitions, without seeking dispensations, without trying to use God as a kind of personal servant, for that is arrogant and foolish and will never have a good result. You come to give yourself, to offer yourself, and for this, God gives you a practice, a way to prepare, for you need to prepare. You cannot go anywhere without this, and your willingness to prepare day by day, no matter what your daily experience might be, is your answer to God. It is the way you commemorate your relationship by building your part of the bridge to your source. This is your work to do. Praying and believing is only a part of the equation. You must build a bridge, following the pathway that God has given you, a greater pathway that stands before you now.